A fundamental concern for others, in our individual and community lives would go a long way in making the world the better place we so passionately dreamt of. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. It is not our diversity which divides us, it is not our ethnicity, or religion or culture that divides us. Since we have achieved our freedom, there can only be one division amongst us, between those who cherish democracy, and those who do not. A critical, independent, and investigative press is the lifeblood of any democracy. The press must be free from state interference. It must have the economic strength to stand up to the blandishments of government officials. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. I have taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can only rest for a moment, for with freedom come responsibilities, and I dare not linger. As I have said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. I had no epiphany, no singular revelation, no moment of truth, but a steady accumulation of 1,000 slights, 1,000 indignities, and 1,000 unremembered moments produced, in me an anger, a rebelliousness, a desire to fight the system. I hate race discrimination most intensely, and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life. I fight it now, and will do so until the end of my days. There is a universal respect, and even admiration, for those who are humble and simple by nature, and who have absolute confidence in all human beings irrespective of their social status. As long as many of our people still live in utter poverty, as long as children still live under plastic covers, as long as many of our people are still without jobs, no South African should rest and wallow in the joy of freedom. I learned that to humiliate another person is to make him suffer an unnecessarily cruel fate. Even as a boy, I defeated my opponents without dishonoring them. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity, it is an act of justice. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. It is not our diversity which divides us, it is not our ethnicity, or religion or culture that divides us. Since we have achieved our freedom, there can only be one division amongst us, between those who cherish democracy, and those who do not. A leader is like a shepherd. He stays behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. Success in politics demands that you must take your people into confidence about your views, and state them very clearly, very politely, very calmly, but nevertheless, state them openly. Let there be justice for all. Let there be peace for all. Let there be work, bread, water and salt for all. Let each know that, for each the body, the mind, and the soul have been freed to fulfill themselves. No one is born hating another person, because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart. Without language, one cannot talk to people, and understand them, one cannot share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But, when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special.